Well, thanks for having me. It's an honor to be here. I just wanted to share that I think it's really normal. Fear is a really normal process when you have children on many, many levels. And you have to really embrace and realize how brainwashed we are to see things a certain way. I think it's really hard for people to embrace that they're conditioned themselves. And parents are so conditioned to see learning as needing to be forced. A lot of parents weren't trusted as kids themselves, and because of that, it's really hard to carry that trust on for when you have kids. It's hard to be trusting, and children are amazing learners. Learning is like breathing, and it's really easy, and it's really joyful and expansive and powerful, and it's also instinctual. And the only thing that gets in the way of learning is when it's forced, and when it's controlled, and when it's regulated, and when it's scheduled, and when it's graded and measured, and that's what screws up the natural process of learning that comes really joyfully and easily to kids. So your kids already know how to do this. It's you that needs to take the responsibility to do the research, to find people that resonate with who you are, because there's so many different ways to go about this, but I think you need to find the voices that you connect with the most. Reach out to people, write them an email, say you're struggling, pull in a community of support for yourself, because it takes unbrainwashing yourself to see learning in a certain way. It takes unbrainwashing yourself to think that learning needs to happen in subjects. Life is not compartmentalized. You don't need to do math, English, science. It's not like that. The real world is a total immersive experience without anything broken down, and people learn best when they're internally motivated to do so. Now, another big thing is that we're not all meant to learn the same things in life. Who came up with that idea? Do a little research. John Taylor Gatto, good friend of mine, he endorsed my book, Radical Unschooling, and he is such an amazing person to learn the history of public school. Now, when I first learned about it, I was fearful too. I never thought I'd be doing this. Now here I am. I have 4 kids myself. Devin's almost 16, Tiffany's 13, Ivy's 10, and Orion's 7. And the longer and longer I do this, the more I see how amazing these kids learn, and my only job is to facilitate that learning. But it's a very hands-on role, but it feels really good when it's not forced, and children learn from passionate people. So we have never bought a curriculum, we've never done school at home. That's what unschooling means, not doing school at home. It doesn't mean uneducating though. What it means is reprioritizing, and we put the desire and our priorities in such a way that we build a strong family connection, and we spend our life pursuing our passions together. And a side effect of that is that the kids are educated. Now, it sounds really simple, and you know what? It is, in the sense of trusting. So the opposite of fear is trust. And if I can ever help any of you learn to trust your kids more, please contact me. And you have a great resource here on this channel. So thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon. Well, if there's a spouse on the fence, and this is really common, I work with a lot of parents who are dealing with this, it's really important to respect the needs of everybody and the fears of everybody and talking it through, taking your children's voice into consideration too. So if there's a family issue, laying it all on the table and trying to find a win-win situation with everybody. If you can ask your spouse if they'd be open to learning more, I think instead of forcing it on them, because I don't believe in forced learning of any kind, not even forcing this philosophy on somebody, it's hypocritical. So invite your partner in to learn more, share with them, connect with them, say that you felt the same way too at one time if you did, and research together. So I think that a compromise or a win-win situation can be had, and sometimes it means that it's a longer journey for some people than others, but I believe you can get there with love and respect and support. My closing comment would be to trust children, and in doing so, it's very healing, because many of us were never trusted as children ourselves. We were damaged by the traditional system of both parenting and education. Admitting that that was the case and that we lived a lot of injustice can be painful, but once you embrace it, you can shift to a mindset of healing for yourself and give your kids a much better experience than you had yourself, and they can learn these amazing skills based on what they love and go on to support themselves by doing something that makes them so happy. Happiness is the key to success. It's not the other way around. And if you just keep trusting your kids and trust yourself, you can have a level of peace, freedom, and joy that you never knew were possible. So if you want to find out more about my work, visit daynamartin.com. It's DAYNA, I've written 2 books. You can check them out there. One is called Radical Unschooling, A Revolution Has Begun. The other is called Sexy Birth. It's a prequel to the book, Radical Unschooling. I also have a series of videos and articles, and our family has a YouTube channel called The Sparkling Martins. You can check us out and just see what life is really like for somebody living life without school and living in freedom. So I hope it helped you guys out to eliminate some of your fear. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me or to David. We're here to help and help support you on this path. So good luck to you. Thanks for listening. Peace.